Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania with an update on foot and mouth disease in South Africa. Minister of Agriculture John Steenhuysen recently at the Karen slaughter yard said it's the first time we'll be vaccinating at the feedlot level to get foot and mouth disease under control. He continued saying the beef industry is exceptionally important to South Africa, both for consumers and economically. Now, Karen Beef, which was the location he was visiting recently when he commented, accounts for about 30% of that sector. And the outbreak forced a halt in operations, triggering a shock in the price of beef in South Africa. Now, foot and mouth disease is a highly contagious disease that affects cloven hooved animals. It isn't fatal normally, but it does cause fever, blisters, and reduced productivity in affected animals. But many people fail to realize it's not just livestock that's affected, but it also affects wildlife. And wildlife is critically important to South Africa's game industry and its tourism industry. So this is a serious concern that goes beyond commercial agriculture into the wildlife industry and tourism. In early June, Karen Beef, which operates the country's largest feedlot and one of the world's biggest, reported an outbreak at its facility in Heidelberg. Now, that's located outside of Johannesburg, about 50 kilometers from there. The quarantine imposed on the feedlot, which slaughters about 2,000 cattle a day, has a major impact on beef supplies. The government has ordered over 900,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccines. Now, apparently, this order had to be filled from abroad, including neighboring Botswana. It's interesting. Why are we ordering vaccines from abroad? Can South Africa not produce sufficient vaccines or no longer produce them? Did it not once produce sufficient vaccine? Something we'll look into. Now, the foot and mouth disease outbreaks have resulted in South African beef and related products being banned in many places, such as China, Namibia, and Zimbabwe, which will not allow it to cross the border. I'm surprised that Botswana isn't mentioned there because they also take it quite seriously. Stay tuned for updates to this story as we investigate why vaccines have to be imported, what steps the Ministry of Agriculture is taking to abate the crisis, and raise questions about why foot and mouth remains a problem for South Africa and the future of the cattle industry in the face of foot and mouth. These and other questions we'll be addressing over the next few days as we continue investigating this story about foot and mouth disease in South Africa, which is something that a lot of people are not paying much attention to, but I've received urgent messages from farmers across the provinces of South Africa. There are concerns about this, particularly in one province, which we'll update you on later on as we go forward. Cheers, folks.